Assalamualaikum. Good morning, everyone. So today we're going to continue our topic with the previous lecture, which is the mating system. Right. So before that, let me present my slide. Okay. So I hope all of you can see my slide. Okay. So in the previous lecture, we already studied about the category of the mating system in animal, which is we have the monogamy and polygamy, right? So in polygamy, we have three types of polygamy, which is we have polygyny, polyandry, and polygynandry. So today we are going to continue about the polygyny, right? We'll continue about the three basic types of polygyny. If you still remember, in previous lecture, I mentioned about the polygamy, which is the polygamy have the three hypotheses, okay, which is MEH, MGH, and female enforced monogamy, which is the mate assistant hypothesis, mate guarding hypothesis, and female enforced monogamy. So that one is the three hypotheses in the monogamy mating system. So for the polygyny, we have three basic types, okay, which is the first and the second basic types of the polygyny we already learned in the previous lecture, which is the first type is the resource defense polygyny. We also have the second one, the female defense polygyny, and the lag polygyny, okay. But for today, we're going to continue about the details in the third basic types of polygyny, which is the lag polygyny. All right. Okay, so they have the three most favored hypotheses for the evolution of lacking. Okay, so you must remember the three hypotheses. Don't get confused with the three hypotheses of monogamy, which is the MAH, MGH, and female enforced monogamy. But for the hypothesis for the lacking, we have hot spot hypothesis. We also have hot shot hypothesis. Okay, and the third one we have the female preference hypothesis. Okay, so this is the three hypotheses in the lacking. Okay, in the lack polygyny. Okay, so we go to the first one. Okay, which is the hot spot hypothesis. So the hot spot hypothesis actually refer to where the males are gathered at the site where they are likely to encounter the female. Okay, so we are talking about the spot, the hot spot hypothesis. Okay, so in this spot, the males will gather together in order to encounter the females. Okay, so for example, we have the lacking bees, wasps, okay, and other insects. These animals also use the same location for lackings. Okay, and the territories of lacking, flycatchers, mannequins, hummingbirds. Okay, so all of these animals also they have the overlapping of territories of lacking. Okay, and those animals they are always gather along the streams or in the ridge lines that acts as the highways for the female movement. Okay, so this is the preference locations. Okay, they are choose to make at the lacking site. Okay, which is along the streams or the ridge lines. Okay, which is these two they act as the highways for the female movement. Okay, and the convergence of different species, okay, on the same locations support the hotspot hypothesis. Okay, which is that particular location. Okay, they are have the convergence of different species like the bees, wasps, and other insects. Okay, they are together in the same legs. Okay, we have the flycatchers, mannequins, hummingbirds, all those species of birds. They also overlapping in the territories of lacking. So these are showing that legs are hotspot hypothesis. And the second hypothesis of the polygyny, which is the hot shots hypothesis. Okay, shots. So subordinate males will cluster around the most attractive male. So when there is the attractive male, so the subordinate males will gather around of the attractive male. Okay, so we call the hot shot. So in order to be seen by or to intercept the female that attract to these animals. Okay, so this is the subordinate males. Okay, they will intercept the female that attract to these hotshot animals, the hotshot individuals. Okay, the attractive male. So this is the second hypothesis in the polygyny, which is hotshot hypothesis. So the third one, okay, which is the first hypothesis, we have hotspot. Okay, we also have the hot shot. Okay, so the third one, the third hypothesis of polygyny is the female preference hypothesis. Okay, so the females are preferred to choose from a groups of males. Okay, because comparisons are easier to make. Okay, so there is a group of males. Okay, a group of males in one location. So location we call as the lack, okay, and the lacking situations. Okay, so the females are preferred to choose the males from a group, okay, because they are easy for them, they are easy for the females to make a comparison. Okay, which one the male that she should choose. For example, the mating behavior of the ruff appears consistent with all the three hypotheses. Okay, the three hypotheses just now we have hot spot, hot shot, and female preference. Okay, so the male ruff are named for their well-developed ruff. Okay, so which they use to display to the females. Okay, so in the leg, in the hot spot locations, they will make a display behavior, which is they display their ruff in order to attract the woman, the females. Okay, so the female will choose from this group. Okay, so for example, in here, we have the ruff are polymorphic with ruff occurring in a variety of color. Here you see the color of the ruff, they have a different color, variety of color. Okay, they're polymorphic. Okay, so polymorphic is we're talking about the polymorphisms. Okay, which is the occurrence of two or more clearly different form. Okay, also in this case, the form is a rough. Okay, so that is we call as a polymorphic. Okay, so the male rough use variety of mating strategies. Okay, so the male will pursue females, will follow the females and wait for the females at the rich feeding grounds. Okay, the interceptors or wait at the classic legs. Okay, the lacers. So the white ruff males appear to have evolved at specialist follower skill at tracking the movement of the females between the neighboring legs. Okay, so this is the specialist of the white ruff. While for the male ruff, okay, also the male ruff may switch tactics, but committed to the lacers have the highest mating success. So even though they want to attract the females, they may use several tactics, okay, but they committed to the lacers, which is they make the display behavior in the lacers, they will have the highest mating success. So this is the examples of the dark mauve ruff. Okay, so this is the male of the ruff, male ruff. So displaying to a female. So this is what we call as the display behavior. Okay, they are display. They need to attract the female. And we already have the experiments. Okay, in the ruff. So the control experiments suggest that the female ruff prefer the larger legs. Okay. So this preference increases the mating success of males at the large legs and favors the breeding strategy. So as you can see from these experiments, the graph, okay, if the numbers of the males at the legs, okay, at the legs, okay, at the legs are higher, so the overall copulation rate will be high. Okay, that is why that experiment suggests that the female ruff prefer the larger legs. Okay, larger legs mean the larger situation of they have the higher numbers of males. Okay, so the female ruff prefer groups of at least 5 males and visit such group more often. Okay, so the larger legs is actually more than the 5 males. Okay, in one leg. So the legs that are less than 5 males, they do not attract more females. Okay, thus they have a satellite males. Okay, just now we're talking about the subordinate males. So this is the satellite males. So this satellite male will reduce the success of the dominant males by intercepting some of the females. Okay, so the satellite males is actually the male that that always maintain a low profile. Okay, they does not attempt to attract the females for mating. Okay, by they do not attempt to attract the females by use the mating display like the attractive male. Okay, the certain male, but they may ambush the females who have been drawn by the dominant males. Okay, in order to mate with the female. Okay, normally secretly. So this is normally the legs when one location have less than 5 males. Okay, so they do not attract the females. So that this is the settled males will intercept the females. Okay. Okay, so we already learned about the three hypotheses of the polygyny, which is we have the hotspot hypothesis, hotshot hypothesis, and the last one we have the female preference hypothesis. Okay, so this is then we go to the cooperative legs. Okay, so the cooperative legs in many kins, okay, mannequins, the birds. So the males will perform cooperative display, which is 3 or 4 males may cooperate to display. Okay, in one leg, 3 or 4 male will do the display, still do the display, but usually only one alpha male will gets to mate. Okay, they have this alpha male to make a display in one leg. Okay, so because larger leg may attract larger population from the female, right? So this is the figure of the round tail mannequin. So in long tail mannequins, sorry, so the males may take 8 years to move up to the alpha positions. Okay, so for 4 year study, in a 4 year study, okay, in 117 observed populations, only 8 out of 85 males will copulate. So this shows that normally only the alpha male gets to mate. Okay, and 90% of the population by the 4 males and 67% by one of alpha males. Okay, so only normally alpha males will get higher rates of mating, right? So this is the long tail mannequin. So the mannequin mating system, which is the cooperative leg, works because the birds are long-lived. Okay, they hidup panjang, and the female tend to return to where they have met before. Okay, so that is why they will do they will practice the cooperative leg. So the 3 or 4 other males will wait to be the alpha male. Okay, because they are long-lived birds. Okay, and also normally the female will tend to return to the same leg. Okay, so as a result, the beta and the lower ranking males can accept to inherit a high quality display ground. Okay, the same ground. Okay, that is why they are the first one, the beta and the lower ranking will cooperate, will cooperate to make a display behavior. Okay, and also can afford to delay the mating. They will let the alpha male to mate first. Okay, to make a mating first. Okay, so we already learned about the monogamy, polygyny. So we go to the polyandry mating system. Okay, so polyandry is where one female forms pair bonds with 2 or more males. Okay, one females with the more males. Okay, so the females reproductive success is more variable than the male reproductive success in polyandrous mating system. So there are forms of 2. Okay, the classic polyandry and the cooperative polyandry. Okay, if you still remember, in monogamy we have the facultative monogamy and obligate monogamy, right? So in the polyandry we have classic polyandry and cooperative polyandry. Okay, so this is all those terms that you have to remember. Okay, so we go to the first form of polyandry mating system, which is the classic polyandry. So in the classic polyandry, the female may lay the clutch, okay, for multiple males and compete for a males. So for example, in the Janaka, the fire ropes, the spotted sandpipers, okay. So this is the classic polyandry, where the female will lay clutches for multiple males and compete for the males, okay. And for the second one is the cooperative polyandry, where the two or more males cooperate to assist a female at one nest. Okay, so we also have the cooperative legs. Okay, just now we are talking about, okay, several males will help in display behavior for the alpha males to get the mating with the female, right? So this is the cooperative polyandry, where the two or more males cooperate to assist a one male at one nest. Okay, for example, in the acorn, woodpeckers and the knot. So the female does not need to compare for the males, okay, because the males are cooperative each other. Okay, so in the classic polyandry, okay, the first form of polyandry, the female brightly colored and compete for territories and males. So the males will incubate their eggs and care for the young, not the females, okay? So the males are the one who will incubate the eggs and care for the young. That is why in the classic polyandry, the female may compete for the males. Okay, for example, in the female red phalarope, okay, so the other examples is the male Janakas. Okay, the male Janakas will defend the small territories against other males. Okay, they have one territory, okay, against other males. So one territory, one small territory, and the other one small territory. So one male will defend their own small male, their own small territory, right? So the female, okay, while the female will defend the larger territories, okay, include several male small territories. Okay, so this is the female. So this is what we call classic polyandry, which is one female will mate with two or more male. So the job of this female will defend the larger territories. Inside her territories, they will have several small territory of the male, and the male will defend their own small territories. Okay, so the female Janakas will lay a clutch of eggs for each male in her territory. So this female will lay a clutch for this particular female. This female also will lay a clutch for this particular male, and this female also will lay clutch for clutch of eggs for this particular male. Okay, in her territory. Okay, so the male alone will incubate the eggs and care for the young. So this male will incubate their own eggs. This male will incubate their own eggs. The male will incubate their own eggs and care for their own young. Okay, so the losses of the eggs and chicks to predator and nest flooding may be high. Okay, in this male Janakas. Okay, so this is the clutch of Janakas eggs. Okay, in one small territory of a male. So this is the habitat. So that is why we're talking about the losses of eggs and chicks to predator and nest flooding may be high, because this is their habitat, right? So if the Janakas loses her territory or dies, okay, so just now we're talking about one big territory of one female. So inside that we have the male territory, small male territory, small male territory, and small male territory, right? So if this female dies or lose this territory, because in the classic polyandry, the female are compete for their male, right? So if they die or lose their territory, so the new female destroy the eggs and kills young of any males of the territory. So the other new female, okay, will kill all the eggs and young in this uh, small male territory. Okay, and so this behavior, the behavior of killing the eggs and the young, will freeze the males to incubate a replacement clutch, which new female will provide. So this, if the male don't have any eggs or any youngs to be cared, so this male will freely can incubate a new clutch of eggs from this female. Okay, so this is in the classic polyandry, which is one female with several males. Okay, so we move to the second form of polyandry, which is the cooperative polyandry. So this cooperative polyandry is occurs in which more than one male assists a female. Okay, they are cooperate each other. The males are cooperate each other to assist one female. So this appears to be a result of shortage of breeding opportunities. Okay, because there are few territories available. So because of this reason, okay, because of the shortage of breeding opportunities and also there are only a few territories available, that is why all the males will help together to assist one female territory. Okay, so this is what we call the cooperative polyandry. Okay, for example, in the group of acorn woodpeckers, they are compete for territories that contain a granary trees. So the cooperative polyandry may arise when a multiple male coalitions control a territory with only one breeding female. So when there are shortage of any sources, so they will cooperate. The males will cooperate each other. So there are, for example, in the Danaus, okay, Danaus birds, the cooperative polyandry occurs when two males partitions a female territory. Right, they are cooperate each other. Okay, so why should females multiple mate? Okay, so we have benefits. We also have the cost of polyandry to the females. While do the females should multiple mates? Okay, the first one is genetic benefit of polyandry. Okay, the female that mate, the polyandry that mates will multiple male, they will get the genetic benefit. And the second one, they will get the material benefits from practice the polyandry. Okay, so in the genetic benefits, okay, the first one, the fertility insurance hypothesis, which is when the female are mating with several males, it will reduce the risk that some of the female's leg will remain unfertilized. Okay, if in one territory, okay, they have a small territory of the male. So if these males, okay, the eggs are unfertilized for this male, so the other males will fertilize the egg. Okay, so it will reduce the risk that some of the females' eggs will remain unfertilized. That is why the females are practice the polyandry. Okay, so the second benefit, which is they will have good genes hypothesis. They will have good genes. So the female mate with more than one male because their social partner is a lower genetic quality than other potential sperm donor. Okay, whose gene will improve the offspring viability or sexual attractiveness. Okay, so the female will get a good genes. Okay, so the third genetic benefits of the polyandry females, they will get the genetic compatibility. Okay, so when the female are mating with several males, it will increase the genetic variety of the sperm available to the female. Thus, it will increase the chance of that some will be genetically compatible with her eggs. So that is why they will mate with several males. Okay, so the female also will get the material benefit polyandry. Okay, the first one, the female will get more resources. Okay, more resources hypothesis, which is the more mates mean more resources or more parental care she will receive from the sexual partners of a female. Okay, so one female, the more male they meet, okay, the more resources they will get. Okay, the resources is the parental care. Okay, and the material benefits, they will get the better protections. Okay, so more mates mean more time with the protectors who will keep other males from sexual harassing a female. Okay, they will get the protection from all of these male. Okay, then the third material benefits that the female partner will get is the infanticide reductions. Okay, so the infanticide will reduce. So more mates mean greater confusion about paternity of a female's offspring, right? Because the male did not know the eggs are belongs to whose. Okay, so they will reduce the infanticide. Okay, and thus less likelihood of losing offspring to infanticidal males. Okay, so this is the benefits the female will getting if they practice the polyandry, which is made with multiple male. Okay, but okay, even though they have the they have the benefits of practice the polyandry, the female, right? So the female also can impose a cost. okay, which is to can expose the female to disease, okay, increase the predations of freeze time and energy cost. Okay, the female will have higher time and energy cost, which is they need to defend the larger territory, right? And also even physically harm due to sexual harassment. Okay, and however females still take part in polyandry, okay, even though they have this some sort of cost to the females, but the females still practice the polyandry. Okay, if for example in the bee species, which is Anthidium maculosum, so like in many other species, the high cost of resisting mating may exceed the cost of accepting the numerous males in the population. Okay, so this is why situation that happen. Okay, so even then they will get the genetic benefit. Okay, and also they will get the material benefit. Okay, so when more than one male feed a brood, more young are fledged and they are bigger. Okay, so the larger young at the fledging, the better their chances, the chance of surviving to independence. So that is why even though the polyandry still give the impose the cost to the female, but they still have benefit to them to herself, right? Okay, then we move to the other types of mating system, which is polygynandry, which is the last one. Okay, the polygynandry is two or more females which form pair bonds with two or more males. Okay, just now we're talking about the polygyny. Okay, polygyny, one male with form a mating with several females. So the opposite of the polygyny is the polyandry, where one females are mate with several males. Also, this one, two or more females will form a pair bonds with two or more males. Okay, more females and more males. For example, in the retides, okay, the darnok birds and also acorn woodpecker birds. Okay, and this polygynandry, okay, this type of mating system arises in similar circumstances to those just described for cooperative polyandry, right? So the cooperative polyandry will appear to be result of shortage of breeding opportunities, okay, because there are few territories available. So it same goes to the polygynandry. So polygynandry also appears to be result of shortage of breeding opportunities, and they also lack of territories available. Okay, so the polygynandry may occur when in adjacent monogamous pairs, one male invades the adjacent territory and eventually becomes the alpha male in two female territory. So the occur in occur okay, in a adjacent male will become the alpha male in these two female. Okay. Mm. Okay, so this is how does the polygyny will happen? Okay, will occur. So if one male to one female, we call as the monogamy. Okay, if two male to one female, we call the polygynandry. If one male to two females, okay, we call the polygyny, right? So one male will defend two territory of female, we call it as a polygyny. Okay, if okay two males with two females, we call the polygynandry. Okay, two male will defend the territories of two females, or two male will defend the territory of several females. Okay, so this is we call the polygynandry. Okay, so a male's payoff is highest when he can mate with multiple females. And a female's reproductive success is highest when she can obtain the assistance of more than one male to care for her brood. Okay, so in this polygynandry mating systems, both sexes will get the benefit. Okay, so the benefit of the male, they will get the pay off highest. Okay, while for the female, they will got and they will have the more assistant for them for their care of brood. Okay, so in the progeny, both the sexes they will get the benefit. All right. Okay, so we go to the territory and mating system. Okay, the mating system. Okay, our four mating system. So the female territory size is crucial in determining the mating system. Okay, it depends the mating system either. Just now we were talking about the figure, right? Just now, if the female's territory either small or inside one territory, they have a several territory of females. So either it monogamy, polygyny, polyandry, or polygynandry. It depends on the territory of the female. Okay, so the larger the female territories are, the highest it is for any mating system other than monogamy or polyandry to be arise. Okay, because males cannot defend very large territory. Okay, this actually depends on the female territory. Okay, so here, so this is the female territory size. So this is the percentage of territory with good feeding habitat. The more the larger territory of the female have, so it will decrease the percentage of the good feeding habitat. Okay, if lesser the size of the territory, it will get the highest percentage of territory with good feeding habitat. Okay, it actually depends on the size of the female territory. Okay, so in polyandrous or polygynandrous mating systems, so a female donor will try to encourage both males to feed their young. Okay, in the polyandrous or polygynandrous, where one female mate with two or more males, or two or more females mate with two or more males. Okay, the female, for example, in here, the female donor will try to encourage both males to feed their young. And she does this by mating with both males and giving them paternity in the brood. Okay, so the alpha male, however, wishes to control the mating access to the female because although more young are reared when both males feed their brood, but the number of young he fathers is reduced. That is why the alpha male trying to take over, trying to control the mating system. Okay, even though in the mating system, in the polyandry and polygynandry mating systems, they will have more young to be reared. Okay, because several males in one territory. Okay, but for the alpha male, it will reduce their own young. Alright. So you're talking about the male dinosaurs. Okay, the male dinosaurs try to maximize their reproductive success by engaging in sperm competition and mate guarding. So the experiment done in the dinosaurs. Okay, so the male dinosaurs, the alpha dinosaurs, try to maximize their reproductive success. Okay, by two strategy, which is the sperm competitions. Okay, to compete for the sperm and also for the mate guarding the female. Okay. So the sperm competition, okay, we're talking about the competition to increase the reproductive success of the male. So in dinosaurs, the sperm competition is intense, okay, very intense because each of the males trying to have the highest the percentage of reproductive, right? So they will have sperm competitions. So the male dinosaurs will actually, so normally male dinosaurs will produce more than 1,000 times amount of the sperm. Okay, that comparable with the zebrafish does. Okay, they will produce highest number times of sperm. So the female will store the sperm in special sperm we call the storage glands. Okay, so even though they can produce 1,000 times, more than 1,000 times, but the female will store the sperm in the storage gland, which is the special sperm storage. Okay, the glands. So both males mate with the female as often as they can to maximize the number of their sperm in the female sperm storage gland. Okay, so these two male, okay, they are compete with one male. We're talking about the polygyny or polyandries. Okay, polyandry and polygyny mating system. So this both male will mate with this female as much as they can in order to in order to make sure that in this female storage gland, sperm storage glands, their sperms will be more in here, right? So the moth male also engage in cloacal pecking. So in this behavior, the male before mating pecks the female cloaca and she ejects store sperm from her sperm storage gland, which means, so this is one female, right? So one female, they have a storage gland. Okay, they have storage gland. So if the first male mate with this one, so after before the second males need want to mate this female, they will clock. Okay, they will eject the sperms. Okay, they will have the cloacal pecking behavior. Okay, which is they will perk the female cloaca, and the female will eject the sperm from the storage sperm from this first male. Okay, then the sperm will start, the second male sperm will start in the sperm storage gland. Then, so we are talking about these two male will mate as much as they can, right? So after this male mate with this female, this first male will mate again with the same female. So before they mate, they also will go do the cloaca pecking. They will poke the female cloaca and eject the sperm by the second individuals. Okay, so both males will mate with the female as often as they can, and before that they will engage with cloacal pecking in order to ensure that in the female will fertilize their own eggs. Okay, so this is, we call the sperm competition. They compete for the sperm. Okay, so this one, so this is the first male. So this is the second male. So after the first male had been mating with this female, so before the second male will mating with this female, it will go to the cloacal pecking. It will put the sperm, the first male sperm out. Okay, so this is already out. So they will go to the so they will mate with the female. So it same goes, the cycle is will go will go again the cycle. Okay, before the first males will mate with the female, so it will eject out the sperm from the second males. Okay, so the alpha males, okay, so just now the first one, they will go to the sperm competition, right? So the second one, it will guide the females. Okay, so the alpha male will guide the female and tries to prevent her from mating with the beta male. And if the beta males are attempt to mate, so the alpha male will intervene and drive away the beta males from the female. But the females encourage the beta male to mate, okay, and attempt to escape from the alpha male and mate with the beta males. Okay, why does the female do like this? Because remember the benefit of polyandry of the female. Okay, we have the genetic benefit and also the natural benefits. That is why the female encourage the beta males to mate with her. Okay, but in the side of the alpha male, they will guide the female and drive away the beta males. Okay, so this is the competition. So in order to in order for the beta male, the alpha males to ensure the reproductive success, that is why they will intervene, they will guard the females and drive away the other males. Okay. Now, so this is the mate guarding. Okay, just now we're talking about the sperm competition, so this is the mate guarding. Okay, so the alpha male will guide the females from mating with the beta, for the beta male. But the in the sides of the female, they will try to mate with the beta male and try to run away from the alpha. Okay, so the female will encourage the beta male to mate and attempt to escape from the alpha males. Okay, and mate with the beta males. Okay, so the alpha males intervenes in copulation attempts by the beta male. So how to intervene the copulation attempt? Okay, they will, they will do the cloacal pecking. Okay, so when the beta male want to mate, okay, or attempt to mate with the female, so the alpha male will intervenes, okay, and drive away the beta males. Okay. And both males, okay, just now you're talking about two males are doing the sperm competition to one female, right? Okay, so these both male frequently will inspect the nest to see if the eggs have been laid and value copulation during the egg laying, okay, period particularly highly as these are most likely to produce offspring. Okay, both male will inspect the nest, the nest of this female. Okay, and after the eggs have been hatched, okay, after the egg has been hatched, so the beta males hatch, the beta males base their decisions on whether to feed the brood or not. Okay, so we're talking about the one male and second male, right? So the second male is the beta male. So the beta males, after the eggs have been hatched, so the beta males want to feed or not to their young. It depends on the amount of the mating success to the female. They know that just now, the mating success of mating with their females. Okay, so if the mating success is higher, so then the beta male will feed their youngs. Okay, will care for their youngs. Okay, so this is the beta male. So this is the alpha male. So the alpha male, of course, they will feed their young, but the decision of the beta males are depends on the amount of mating success. Okay, so the greater the mating success of the beta males had be with the females, so the more often he will feed the young. Okay, so this is the percentage of exclusive mating access enjoyed by the beta males. So this is the percentage of male feeds by the beta males. Okay, so the highest success of mating they enjoyed with the female, so they will get the higher feeds. Okay, the beta male will feeds frequently. Okay, they will have the higher frequency of feeding their youngs. Okay, so we move to the DNA fingerprint. So the DNA fingerprint will results. The DNA fingerprint result have been very useful in teasing apart the mating success of male and females in this complex mating system. Okay, because just now we are talking about two males are mating with one female, right? So the young, they don't know which youngs which young is belongs to either the alpha male or beta males. So we have the DNA fingerprints, okay, in order to to test, okay, the youngs are belong to which father. Okay, this is complex mating system. Okay, so for example in here, so we have this is the females, okay, the one females, okay. So we have the alpha male and also beta males, okay. So we have we have seven children here, seven young, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, okay. So one males, one females and two males, alpha and beta. So we have seven chicks here. So if we see from this fingerprint, okay. So this one, okay, this line, okay, so it indicates the unique alpha bands of the alpha father. Okay, so this is the band of the alpha father young, right? So these three chicks, it shows the unique of belongs to this alpha male. Okay, so while in this one, okay, so the beta here, so this is the beta, so this is the beta band. Okay, and where is one more? So this is beta one. So this is for the alpha. Okay, so the beta. So this is the beta DNA. So you see the chicks of DEF. Okay, they have the unique band. It seems same with the beta man. Okay, so the alpha. So this the alpha band is the unique of the band are same with the G, the G offspring, the G chicks. So from this fingerprint, what does it conclude? Okay, so it's mean in one clutch, in one young, we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, young, okay, young offspring chicks. So we have alpha male and we have beta males. We have one female. So how do we want to confirm this offspring belongs to which male? Okay, by using the DNA fingerprint. So from this result, it says that chicks number A, B, C, and G belongs to alpha male. Okay, and chicks number the offspring D, E, F belongs to fertilized from the eggs of beta. Okay, but the but the Danox also of course they don't know which one is their youngs. Okay, so this is the experiments from our from the human, right? So the Danox mating system result from the interaction of multiple factors, both ecological and behavioral. Okay, so the food supplies and winter conditions affect female territory size. Okay, which determine how many female territories a male can be defends. Okay, so the size of the females depends on the food supplies and also the winter conditions. Thus, in turn, leads to complex behavioral maneuvering as both sexes attempt to maximize their reproductive success. Okay, just now we're talking about the one male, okay, the alpha male, the beta male, the female. Okay, so the both of the male will mate with the single, the same female, okay, as much as they can in order to ensure the reproductive success are higher. Okay, then even though the alpha males are different, are guiding the female, but the female are trying to escape to mate with the beta male. Okay, so this leads to the complex behavioral. Okay, in order for them to maximize their reproductive success. Okay, with hardly the picture of domestic tranquility that the Reverend Morris had in mind. Okay. Okay, so we already end about our topic. Okay, in this topic we are covering. Okay, we already cover the hypothesis of leg polygyny. Okay, so we go to the polyandry and polygynandry. Okay, so I think that's all for me for today. So I'll see you next time. Okay, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum.